In this video, we are going to start the necessary and sufficient condition of a vector function. So the necessary and sufficient condition for a vector a t to have, number one, a constant magnitude, or to be constant is dA by dt is equal to 0. 0, that means a null vector. Number two, to be constant magnitude is a dot dA by dt is equal to 0. And number three, to have constant direction is a cross dA by dt is equal to 0. Now we are going to prove them one by one. So the number one is, for a vector to have a constant magnitude or to be a constant, its derivative, that is dA by dt, is equal to 0, a null vector. So first we are going to prove the necessary condition, number one, or number A, necessary condition. In the necessary condition, we proceed in the forward direction. That means we have given that vector A is a constant and we are going to prove dA by dt is equal to 0. And in the sufficient condition, we proceed in the reverse direction, that is dA by dt is equal to 0 is given and we are going to prove A is a constant vector. So in the necessary condition, vector A at is a constant. So any increment in this will not affect the vector. Any increment in this, if at is a constant, then if the value of t is increased and we are going to subtract it from at plus delta t minus at, it will be 0. So by definition, dA by dt is equal to limit delta t tends to 0, a t plus delta t minus a t divided by delta t. But we have already shown here that a t plus delta t minus a t is equal to 0. So that will be dA by dt is equal to 0. This is proved. So the necessary condition is proved. Now in the next, in the number B, sufficient condition. In the sufficient condition, we have dA by dt is equal to 0. That is, the derivative of A is 0 and we are going to prove that it is a constant vector. So let vector at is a function of its in terms of unit vectors, and then ft, I cap, phi t, j cap, psi t, k cap. Therefore, dA by dt is equal to 0. So it is given. So in place of A we put f of t phi of t j plus psi of t k is equal to 0. We know that from the property of differentiation of any function, if differentiation of any function is 0, then that function is constant quantity. So therefore f of t I phi of t j psi of t k is equal to a constant. This condition possible only, this is possible only when individually phi t, phi t and psi t individually they are constant. If these three are constant, so A is a combination. We have assumed that already, assume AT is equal to f of t, phi t and psi t. So and we have proved here that ft, phi t and psi t is a constant vector or constant quantity. So AT, therefore AT is a constant. So it is also proved the sufficient condition of the first part, that is to vector A to have constant, its derivative, that is dA by dt is equal to 0 or a null vector. This sufficient condition can also be proved in the another way. If AT is equal to ft, phi t, psi t, k, and we have dA by dt is equal to 0, so dA by dt is equal to 0, so d by dt of f of t I cap phi t j cap psi t k cap is equal to 0. So we have d phi by dt I cap d phi by dt df by dt I cap d phi by dt j cap and d psi by dt k cap is equal to 0. So this 0 can be written as 0 into I, 0 into j, 0 into k. If we compare both sides, the coefficient of I, j and k, here the coefficient of I is df by dt, and here coefficient of, in the RHS, the coefficient of I is 0. So df by dt is equal to 0. Similarly, the coefficient of j is d phi by dt, here 0. So d phi by dt is equal to 0. And next, d psi by dt is equal to 0. We know that differentiation of any function is equal to 0. If differentiation of any function is equal to 0, then that function is a constant. Therefore, f, phi and psi is a constant scalars. So if f, phi and psi is a constant, the combination of this is also a constant. Therefore, a of t is a constant. So sufficient condition is proved in the another way. Second property of vector function is vector A or vector AT has constant magnitude if A dot dA by dt is equal to 0. So, proof. Number A, necessary condition. In the necessary condition, vector AT has constant magnitude. So, constant magnitudes, let A, we know that A dot A is equal to A square, and since it is a constant, so it will be constant. Now, differentiating both sides with respect to t, differentiating both sides with respect to t. So, d by dt of A dot A is equal to, since A or A square is a constant, so it is 0. Now, from the property or rules of vector differentiation, A by dt of A dot B is equal to A dot dB by dt plus dA by dt dot B. So, here it is A dot dA by dt plus dA by dt dot A is equal to 0. Now, as from the property of scalar product of two vectors, A dot B is equal to B dot A. So, changing the order, A dot dA by dt plus A dot dA by dt is equal to 0. 2 times A dot dA by dt is equal to 0. 2 goes on the right hand side, therefore A dot dA by dt is equal to 0. Prove the necessary condition. If A has a constant magnitude, then A dot dA by dt is equal to 0. The next is the sufficient condition, that is, we start from dA by dt, A dot dA by dt is equal to 0, and going to prove that AT has constant magnitude. So, number B is sufficient condition. So, in the sufficient condition, we have A dot dA by dt is equal to 0, and we are going to prove it. So, as we know that d by dt of A dot A can be written as A dot dA by dt plus dA by dt dot A, that is A dot dA by dt plus A dot dA by dt, that is 2 times A dot dA by dt. So, A dot dA by dt in place of A dot dA by dt, half, this is half. So, A dot half of d by dt of A dot A is equal to 0. in the next part d by dt of a dot a is equal to 0. Therefore, a dot a is equal to constant. A dot a is equal to a square is constant, or vector a is a constant. So it is proved the sufficient condition of the second part, that if a dot dA by dt is equal to 0, then vector a has constant magnitude. The third property of necessary and sufficient condition is that vector at has constant direction if vector a cross dA by dt is equal to 0. So proof number 1, necessary condition. In the necessary condition, AT has constant direction. So let alpha t be the unit vector in the direction of AT. Alpha t denotes the unit vector in the direction of AT, and let phi t is the modulus of vector AT. Therefore, AT can be written as modulus of this function, that is modulus of this function AT, into its direction, that is alpha t. So modulus of AT is phi t, so phi t into alpha t, phi t into alpha t. Next, differentiating both sides with respect to t, dA by dt is equal to phi d alpha by dt plus d phi by dt into alpha. Next, pre-multiplying by vector A on both sides. So this is pre-multiplying, that is pre-multiplying by A, pre-multiplying or taking cross product of vector A on both sides. So vector A into dA by dt is equal to A cross phi d alpha by dt plus d phi by dt into alpha. So what is the value of A? The value of A is phi into alpha cross phi d alpha by dt plus d phi by dt into alpha. So multiplying this, phi square alpha cross d alpha by dt plus phi d phi by dt alpha cross alpha. We know that in the vector product alpha cross alpha is equal to 0. So this we have d alpha by dt. A cross dA by dt is equal to phi square alpha plus d alpha by dt. This is equation number 2. Now it is given that the direction of alpha t is the direction of vector A, and the condition says that it has constant direction. Constant direction means, since vector A t has constant direction means alpha t is a constant. If alpha t is a constant, then d alpha by dt is equal to 0. The derivative of constant function is equal to 0. So from equation 2, A cross dA by dt is equal to 0. That proves the necessary condition that if vector A has constant direction, that is alpha, then A cross dA by dt is equal to 0. In the next part, that is number B, sufficient condition. In the sufficient condition, we have A cross dA by dt is equal to 0. A cross dA by dt is equal to 0. We are going to prove that alpha is constant or alpha has constant direction. So if A cross dA by dt is equal to 0, then from equation 2, what is the value of A cross dA by dt? Alpha square, phi square alpha cross d alpha by dt is equal to 0. Is equal to 0. Let the phi, what is the phi? Phi is the magnitude of vector A, is never 0. Then we have alpha cross d alpha by dt is equal to 0. But this is equation number 3. But alpha is a unit vector. Alpha is a unit vector, and so it has constant magnitude. And in the second part, we have proved that if a vector has constant magnitude, then a vector and its dot product of its derivative is equal to 0. Equation number 4. Comparing 3 and 4, if we compare 3 and 4, we see that alpha is a constant vector. If alpha is a constant vector, what is alpha? It is the direction, therefore direction of vector A, therefore vector AT has constant direction. So it is the sufficient condition of the vector A, that is if A cross dA by dt is equal to 0, then AT has constant magnitude. Okay. If it is not clear here, we are writing it on the above part, that is again writing it in the uppermost alpha is a unit vector having constant magnitude. So alpha dot d alpha by dt is equal to 0. Question number 4. From 3 and 4, alpha t has constant magnitude. Alpha t is a constant magnitude, therefore vector at has constant direction. That's proved the sufficient condition of a vector A to have a constant direction.